This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here, and it's time for another smartphone smackdown. We've got the Android heavyweights ready to battle it out in 5 rounds. On one corner, we've got the brand new HTC One M8. In the other, we've got Samsung's latest Galaxy S5. Let's smash these two head to head, see which one comes out on top. So let me give you a few disclaimers here. I'm not going to get into clock speeds or benchmark scores. These are both really fast phones. But we are going to cover 5 categories. We're going to break it down to what I think are the 5 most important: screen, build, custom UI, camera, and other phone intangibles. Since these are mostly just giant screens, let's start there. So the HTC One's got a 5-inch 1920 by 1080 display, meaning if you can do math really quickly, that's a 441 ppi. It's frenemy, that Galaxy S5 is a 5.1-inch screen, same resolution, 1920 by 1080, which means it's got 432 ppi, just so you know the facts. Listen, both screens here look absolutely awesome. I look at every single smartphone screen out there, so probably my eyes are a little bit jaded, but the display on the S5 is absolutely incredible. On its own, the screen on the M8 is pretty tremendous as well, but when you put the two next to each other, you can really see a difference. Think of it like this: if you're shopping for TVs and you see a whole bunch of sets on the wall next to each other, you'll see a difference between which one looks better and which one looks worse because they're compared right there. But if you take one that maybe doesn't look the greatest home, put it up on your wall, it's gonna look gorgeous and you're never gonna see it by comparison. That's sort of the same thing here with the M8 screen and the S5 screen. When it comes down to screen, it's absolutely gorgeous here on the Galaxy S5. The Galaxy S5 also is going to give you 4% more screen real estate than the HTC One M8, and in most apps the actual difference will be a little bit bigger than that. It's because the One M8 uses on-screen navigation buttons while the GS5 has physical actual buttons right below the screen. You will, however, get the One's full 5-inch landscape in areas like image gallery, videos, Google Play, and sort of other things here. The bottom line though, all pictures, videos, and games are going to look pretty awesome. But this round, the winner goes to the Galaxy S5. All right, now let's talk about build. So last generation, the HTC One totally ran away at this round versus the Galaxy S4. Aluminum versus plastic. I take metal every day of the week. This generation, though, it gets a little bit muddier. So sure, we're still looking at the same materials. HTC One is a feat of engineering. It feels like a premium quality device. I love how it feels when you first pick it up, but that does come with a price. Metal is not known for being water resistant, and a unibody design doesn't necessarily mean a removable battery. You can see where I'm going. HTC took a form over function, while Samsung went for function over form. The S5 feels like pretty much every other recent Samsung phone out there. It's got a plastic back, and it's flimsy plastic at that. The only thing new design-wise is that it now has dimples on the back. You won't look at the S5 and think it's a beautiful device. You more likely see its practicality. The plastic, though, this generation does mean the device can be water resistant, meaning you're now getting an active device in a standard package. And I can totally forgive Samsung for using plastic here. In fact, I can see why, and I think it makes total sense. This is a comparison of personal choice, and if I was picking up one based just on build, I'd go for the HTC One. But then again, I haven't dropped my phone in the toilet or the pool quite yet. When that happens, though, I might want to change my choice, but this one goes to the HTC One. Let's jump into custom UI, and I can't really call them skins anymore because they're totally new operating systems almost. It's a case of Sense versus Touchwiz or modern UI. You guys might have your opinions here, but this one to me is a no-brainer. It looks like Samsung just threw a ton of features at you and hoped that you liked a few of them. HTC, though, seemed to be more selective with what they added. They hope that you'll use sort of the entire Sense experience. Touchwiz, while still very functional, is too bright, too cartoonish, too loud, and just feels really silly to me. Before you jump down my throat and start listing all the different launchers and themes that are available, know that I'm evaluating the device just as it comes out of the box. This isn't even that I like Sense all that much, although I do. It's more about me not liking Touchwiz. In fact, every modern Samsung device I've used, the first thing I've downloaded is a brand new launcher. So end of the day though, they're both extremely useful. But I do like the experience on the HTC One, including their LG-like knock mechanism for waking up the phone, and the email client on Sense is top notch. I like unified inbox, so with Gmail, it's totally out of the question for me. With Touchwiz, I usually download a third-party app, something like K9 or Aquamail. This one definitely goes to the HTC One. Let's jump to the back of the phone. It's all about camera. It's ultra pixels versus just pixels. Looking at these two phones on paper, it seems like a runaway victory for the S5. After all, 16 megapixels has got to be better than 4 ultra pixels, right? But not so fast. The One's camera has bigger pixels, which you're calling ultra pixels, which means it helps take brighter shots and more colorful shots in poorly lit conditions. The first thing that impressed me about both cameras is the shutter speed. So I'm usually taking pictures of a pretty fast moving infant, so that was a huge thing for me. And I was shocked at how fast both of these are. The one's got that little thing up there, the duo camera, that helps you create a background blur or bokeh effect and choose a point of focus after you snap the shot. It works and it's pretty awesome. Only problem though is that the S5 and nearly every other Android phone out there can accomplish the same thing with software. The One processes the images a little bit faster than the S5, but when doing the blurring, a few tenths of a second really doesn't matter that much to me. The HTC One though did shine in low light as was expected from the bigger pixels. Everything else though went to the S5, plus it shoots video in 4K. I choose a winner based on this criteria. If I was leaving my regular camera at home, which phone would I grab if I had to take pictures? And that one, I'd pick up the Galaxy S5 every day of the week. All right, now let's jump to Intangibles. There's a lot here. Galaxy S5 is water resistant. It's got a fingerprint scanner that in all fairness is finicky at best. It does have a removable battery, has a heart rate monitor, although there are plenty of apps do the same thing, and is compatible with all of Samsung's Wear devices. HTC One though has killer boom sound speakers, now has expandable storage like the S5, feels ridiculously awesome in the hand, has dedicated duo camera, and is a little less offensive on the eyes with the Sense UI. And it's got the pretty awesome HTC advantage that'll replace or fix your device if you break it. This one though comes down to a tie. What's more important to you? So buying razors kind of sucks. You gotta go to the store, get the key to that plastic razor fortress thingy, and then you gotta shell out crazy money for some insane shave tech you probably don't need. I've been shaving for a few years here. My razor worked fine before the vibrating laser pointy handles. You can tell I need something to help me shave. Unfortunately, there's a company that's doing away with all of that ridiculous silliness, and it is Dollar Shave Club, and it couldn't be simpler. For just a few bucks a month, Dollar Shave Club ships pretty amazing razors and other bathroom miscellaneous sundries to your door. The blades are just as good as the big shave companies at just like a fraction of the price. You got more money to buy tech. They also got all kinds of other stuff like Dr. Carver's Easy Shave Butter to make your shave even more buttery smooth. They got a ton of other shave stuff and other things for the bathroom, so definitely go check them out. Shave time, shave money. Join now at dollarshaveclub.com/technobuffalo. Probably should use my Dollar Shave Club razors this morning. Again, that is dollarshaveclub.com/technobuffalo. So you're probably saying to yourself, there were 5 categories, 2 went to each, 1 was a tie. John's gonna make this thing a freaking tie. I am not going to do that to you. I am going to pick a winner, but before I do, let me tell you reasons why I think you should pick up the Galaxy S5. First, if you have to have a removable battery, if you plan on doing a ton of photo cropping, it's got the 60 megapixels versus the 4, so you can crop a lot more. Or if you need or want water resistance to go to the beach a lot, maybe you have young kids, great reasons to get the Galaxy S5. But if I put both of these phones on a table and I'm deciding which one I'm going to pick up, I'm going to take the HTC One with me. So I'm picking the HTC One despite this being a tie. This is a personal choice. I would pick the HTC One. Both are really good phones though, and there are a ton of reasons to get the Galaxy S5, but for me and my money, if I was upgrading, it would go to HTC. So thank you guys for watching. What do you think? Do you agree with my choice? Do you not agree with my choice? I want to hear your thoughts. Please leave it in the comments right down below. If you picked up one phone, tell me why, or why you regret your decision, or why you think you might go one way or the other. Please check us out, of course, at technobuffalo.com for the latest and greatest tech news. Until then, I'm John Rettinger. See you guys next video. Bye-bye. What's up everyone? Thank you for watching that video. If you want to see more of the latest and greatest tech news, you can subscribe to our main Techno Buffalo channel by clicking the button right down below in my pants region, or click on the buttons to your right to see more videos.